more advanced Hanna Somatic movement called around the clock. I used to call this hula hips. I think that intimidated people, so I've changed it to around the clock. Kathleen and I just went to an amazing concert this weekend. A Hawaiian concert. It was so beautiful. Boy, can they move their hips. So when you're ready, please bring your feet to the floor, hip width apart. Arms are by your side. Everything relaxes. We're going to focus solely on the pelvis. So visualize a round clock. Imagine it's on the wall and you're taking it off the wall and you're putting it on your belly. Now the 12 o'clock is above near your sternum and the 6 o'clock is pointing down towards the tip of your tailbone. Can you visualize that? And then the left hip is 3 o'clock and the right hip is 9 o'clock. Okay? So first tip your pelvis and take a deep breath in and touch the 6 o'clock part of the clock on the floor. And then exhale, flatten your lower back, bring your belly button down and try to make contact where 12 o'clock would be. And let's just go back and forth. This is very much like we've done in the cat stretch, the arch and flatten. Just visualize now the extra added image of the clock. So just going back and forth between 6 and 12. Come back to neutral. And keeping the right hip on the floor, just lift the left hip, which would be 3 o'clock. And then guide the left hip down. When the left hip touches, then guide the right hip up, 9 o'clock. Close your eyes and just rock side to side, massaging your pelvis on the floor. Feel which muscles you're using to lift that hip. So as you lift the hip, the knee kind of points up towards the ceiling and extends away from your body. So in other words, don't let the knee come too far out to the side. Just lift the hip, point the knee to the ceiling, and then lengthen your lower back on that side. You're affecting the sacroiliac joint and also the quadratus lumborum muscle. Let's come back to center, and now let's see if we can connect all 4 of those points. So let's first come into 6 o'clock, arch your lower back. Bring your right hip down, lift 3 o'clock. Flatten 12 o'clock down. Lift the right hip, the left hip comes down. That's 9 o'clock. Let's come back to 6 o'clock. Arch your lower back. Press the right hip down, lift 3 o'clock. Flatten your stomach, move to 12 o'clock. And then lift 9 o'clock by bringing 3 o'clock down. So now your hip is creating a circle, or your lower back is creating a circle on the floor. Another image that I like to use is a coin that you're rolling on the floor. And all sides of the bottom of the coin are touching the floor as you go around. So nice and slow at first, and you might find that part of your back is not cooperating to make it smooth. And if that's the case, then just try to go back and forth with that spot. And if it's a little bit bumpy and a little bit jumpy, that means there's sensory motor amnesia there. And another good reason to do this movement, because now you're reconnecting all those you're fine-tuning all those small movements with your lower back muscles. Beautiful. You want to see if you can pick up the pace a little, just for fun? All right. Whoa. Linda, you're doing quite the dance over there. We just need to get you a little hula skirt now. Woo! Okay, and slow it down again. Try it with your knees bent. You might have an easier time, Linda.
I know, my lower back is so bad.
And now let's reverse directions. This is a mouthful to teach, so I'm going to let you guys figure this side out. Mari and I practiced a lot, and she's actually in my new video. She's to my right in this blue shirt. She helped so much with this teaching.
This is such a good
Isn't it a great one? Yeah. Because think about it, you guys. When we're sitting upright in our computers, this part of our body is just locked in. I don't know about you, but and all of a sudden we're driving and we're flying, it's so uncomfortable. And so our brain, over time, the default is that it's one big block of muscle, but it's so not true. There's so many parts and pieces. And so right now you're unthawing that block and creating more fine-tuned movement. So good job. All right, slowing it down maybe. Challenge yourself to make it smooth and round. Again, imagine that coin that's rolling on a table. Get all of the edges of that coin touching the floor.
That's a big image.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Cool. If this is the first time your back has moved like this in years, you might be a little tender tomorrow because you're releasing a bunch of toxins that could be stored there. So don't be concerned. If you want to put a little ice on it later, that's fine. Most of you won't have any sensation, but just don't be surprised. You're really moving a lot of energy in your lower back right now.